Hello, everybody, and welcome to Slay the Princess. This is a horror game, and it is not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website, blacktabbygames.com, if you need help. If you need a full list of content warnings, Slay the Princess contains flickering images, image effects, as well as a parallax effect that, on rare occasions, has caused motion sickness in players. If either of these cause health issues for you, you can disable them in the game's preferences. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Welcome to the loading screen. Alright, yeah. I guess we just hop right in. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
In the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to the end of the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward out of this? Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution! Silently continue to the cabin, turn around and leave. Oh, okay.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
Okay.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
What's this? History. Oh. Okay.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I didn't realize I had voices in my head.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Do it right. Well, I was going to say... Actually, I forgot what I was going to say. Well, I guess we take it just
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Yeah, I suppose. I guess we enter.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
So this place is
Her
rotting.
voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Oh. Why she's out mean?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I mean, it's not polite to not answer a lady. I'll
Good.
continue down.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Yeah.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? Me? No. That's actual answer. What? No way. Why would you even think that?
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
No.
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Yeah, sure, let's talk.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with...
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Okay.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Yeah, I don't want to bring the knife close to her so that she can stab me. Because I feel like she doesn't have an arm free.
We'll be
so-
fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Okay.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Ooh. We're in a relationship? Yeah, it's pretty awkward. A relationship? Are you coming on me? How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that? What's your name? How long have you been down here? Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Okay, we've talked enough. Do you know why?
Do you?
It's a fair point. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Don't just tell her that.
Why?
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Really?
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No, but I'm sure that you have the reasons. And if I'm honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than inclined to trust them. Remain silent. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I've told you enough. Or I've been told enough. I was hoping you would tell me.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
Hey, her eyes softened. They don't look crazy.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Okay.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
No. They just give me a...
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
They just give me
Doubtful.
a...
Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
I'll turn the music down more. It's still loud. Oh, I hope you guys were able to hear me then. Uh-oh. And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key is still lying around somewhere up there. If not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's "You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done." Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess.
Okay, alright. Here to slay the princess. Turn down the basement.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply... Easier for whom?
Probably shouldn't have skipped that. Sorry about that.
Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I could just... Yeah, you know, I could just... I could do it. I'm gonna save. See what happens, you know?
Against your better judgment, you place the blade
it's all
against the
bloody now.
princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
It's feathers.
You cut into her flesh.
That was an interesting noise.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
Is that supposed to show that the hand is wiggling?
She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
I have one eye? I don't know about fears.
How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the... Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Stab her in the
Watch
back.
me.
Stab her in the back. Stab her in the back. Stab her in the back. Do we want to continue down the saving path? Or do we just want to end this one here?
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
But she hasn't done anything to hurt us. Yeah.
The blade. Move the blade.
He's getting a little angry.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
Would make what?
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
You don't have to. Wait.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Wait. Oh.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Oh, Chapter 2. The Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, no. Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. I'm getting a sense of deja vu.
Terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing really just happened.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Sure. Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all this really did already happen. All of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess.
You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting. But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
What makes
Sure
you a
you
professional?
are.
Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul. Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are.
Okay.
You're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts.
Yeah,
Just
sure,
be
let's
quick
talk.
about it.
Talk about the princess. The only reason she was able to kill me last time was because I let her. And all she did was slit my throat. How was she supposed to end the world? Who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Yeah. If people locked her away, why couldn't they kill her? Why is this falling
Look.
on me?
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
I'm special.
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Yeah, same.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Yes. Right. We're here because we're special.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here. But we're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin.
Yeah, let's go with that.
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right? What proof could you possibly ask for? Literally anything. Fine. Check your pockets.
Okay.
You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front. Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth." That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting?
That's our handwriting. Oh no.
I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side.
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to?
Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk.
I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Alright.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Yeah, I'll go to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud?
No, I didn't. Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Kinda wanna go back really quick. Yep, proceed.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
This is an odd cabin. Weird how it was wooden on the outside, and on the inside it's stone.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different.
Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely. Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Don't get distracted by minor details.
What about that? What about this minor detail? You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
He definitely did not. Does the mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should.
There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There
Yeah.
isn't.
No.
I think you know what we have to do.
Yeah. Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
I'll approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe it.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago.
Yeah.
And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Yeah. I'll keep the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
Yeah.
It will be
Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Yeah, you can never be too safe.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. So much for cutting her out of here.
Yeah.
Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
You have a point.
That was there last time too, wasn't it?
Yeah. I guess it. Yeah.
It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked she is? I'm just going to leave her here. Nah, I'll keep her company.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
Okay.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
I'll sit where I'm told.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Well, I don't know. What would you have me do? That other chain on the wall. Who was it for? What happened after I died last time? I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? My intentions? What do you mean? I wanna know a lot of these questions. What happened to after I died?
Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But sure, I'll fill you in. Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Yes.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
Literally, she's in a basement.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
Yeah.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
What do you mean?
It's complicated things how, exactly?
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
Okay.
A contingency for what?
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
Thanks?
Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles.
I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
That's pathetic.
I never said I wasn't.
Oh. Self-burn.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
That's a good point.
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much.
But I like swimming. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
I mean, he won't. But I will.
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
What? Daydreaming? No. Yeah, I was. Yeah,
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
oh, wouldn't you like that?
Maybe it'll fit.
I don't like that smile.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Let's
I
inspect it.
wouldn't do that if I were you.
And why is that?
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am.
I'll
Good.
let it go.
Forget you ever saw it.
Nice try, but I won't. Specifically because you told me to.
I think I'm just gonna leave. would you have me do?
Let me borrow that knife.
No.
Don't worry, you'll get it back.
That's ominous.
But she seems confident. Whatever it is she has planned, I think she knows what she's doing.
Oh, please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious. In case you need to hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give away your only weapon.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
Word.
So, what should we do?
I got it.
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
Those chains look like they have some reach. I mean, she was also just throwing hands last time. Well, I mean, yeah, we don't have that knowledge, technically, but
That
we do.
doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
I'm not giving you the weapon. Realize that I have as much reason to distrust you as you have to trust me, right? I'm not giving you a weapon in case you've forgotten you killed me with that. What did last time? I can cut you out of here. I'm not giving any. Okay, I'm trusting you. Give her the knife. If you want to leave, I'm going to be the one with the weapon. Deal with it. Cut her out on your own. I think I'm just gonna leave you. Let's go down that one.
But sure, let's talk about what happened. Because what happened is exactly my issue.
What?
The last time we met, your body tried to kill me.
That's true.
If you take a moment to imagine yourself in my position, I think you'll understand why letting you near me with that thing is untenable. So, be a good bird and hand it over.
I mean, at least she acknowledges that I'm a bird.
And if being nice isn't enough motivation, well, I think you're aware that I'm not afraid to resort to violence.
I mean,
If you come near me with that thing, I will strangle you with these chains.
I feel like that's a promise. And not a threat.
She doesn't beat around the bush, does she? Yes, it's almost like she's a fundamentally bad person who wishes to inflict pain on others.
Or it's another bluff.
No hard feelings, of course. But you should be aware of my position.
If you don't get okay. If that's how you're going to be, then I guess I have to do this. Boop.